right, good morning everyone. My name is Diane and I'm with the American Red Cross. The reason I am here today talking with you is to tell you about the blood drive that is coming to your school. You're going to be seeing these posters up around the school, and actually the drive is on February 5th and it's going to be over at Jefferson Junior High in their North Gym. It's for both schools. You're having a joint blood drive, so it will be from 3 o'clock to 8:30. So you'll be seeing these posters up around school. This afternoon in your 6th period class, your teachers are going to give you a letter that looks like this. It'll have a blue star at the top so you'll know that it's the right one. What we would like you to do is take this home and give it to the adults that live in your household. So if you live with your mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, aunt and uncle, whoever are the adults. Now, some of you may also have brothers or sisters who are at least 17 years old, and they can also donate blood. This letter is all about signing up to make an appointment for blood donation. So what you're going to do is you're going to give this to the adults in your household, and you will ask them, would you like to make an appointment for the blood drive that we are having on, and the date is right on here, Thursday, February 5th, and they can either go online from the computer at your own home and they can make their own appointment, or they can fill out the bottom of this letter with their information, give it back to you. You're going to bring it back to school and then give it to your teacher, any teacher. All the teachers then will send these letters down to the main office, and we will make sure that these appointments get scheduled. All right, so please don't forget to take this letter home. It's really, really important. So now you know about the blood drive. I want to teach you a little bit about the blood that lives inside our bodies, because this is really important. A lot of times kids will ask me, well, when you go to a blood drive, how much blood do you actually, give? And that's a really good question. This represents 1 pint. This is a pint of water, but this container is actually what we collect the blood in. And this is a pint of blood. So the reason that I ask you to take that letter home to the adults in your family is because you have to be adult size, like me, or bigger, to be able to donate blood. You have to meet height and weight requirements, and typically adults will do that. So the adults normally have between 10 and 12 pints of blood inside your whole body. So that's why kids can't donate. In fact, you have to be at least 16 years old and meet height and weight requirements. The cool thing for you guys is that if you go to Whitmer to high school, that will be the first time that you guys will actually be able to donate. They have a huge blood drive. In fact, Whitmer High School has one of the largest blood drives in the Toledo area for high schools, and it's an awesome event. When you're 16 years old, with a parental permission form, you can donate for the first time. Right now, what we're asking you to do is to take the letter home and ask your parents, grandparents, whoever you live with, the adults in your home, to donate. So this is what we collect, is a pint of blood at a blood drive. And then what the Red Cross does is we take this pint of whole blood and we process it into 3 different blood products. And so, and it's hard since I'm on a video, but I want you guys to think of people, to see if you can recall people. Do you know anybody who's ever had a premature baby? Do you know anybody who's been in a terrible automobile accident? Do you know anybody that's ever had cancer of any kind? Do you know anyone who's had an organ transplant, maybe a heart transplant, a liver transplant, a lung transplant? Do you know anyone who has been badly burned to the point where they've had to go to the hospital? If you're recalling people, loved ones, grandmas and grandpas, maybe your mom and dad or brother and sister who have been in this situation, it's very likely that they've had to have blood products given to them. And sometimes it's to save their lives. It's that important to have people come to the blood drive. We need to make sure that there's enough blood on the shelves in our area hospitals so when patients come into the hospital, we know that there's blood or blood products ready to give to them to make them well. So a couple of when we process the blood, we process it into three different blood parts. One of the blood parts, this is polyplasma, and plasma is one part of the blood that we process. Plasma is responsible for your immune system, all right? It kills off germs, so it's a really important part of our blood. Also, and this is kind of a cool thing, if you've ever gotten a blister, and I'm sure we all have, you know, if you poke the top of a blister, it feels like there's water inside. Actually, it's plasma, because plasma has gone to the site of that abrasion, and it's actually starting to heal that that blister. And so plasma is responsible for our immune system. That's that part of the blood. My second friend I'm going to introduce you to is Pete the platelet. Now, Pete looks like he's having a very bad hair day, but for a platelet, that's good, because platelets are swimming around inside your blood waiting for something to happen, because platelets are the sticky part of our blood. So when you cut yourself or fall down on your skateboard or whatever, all of these little hairs on platelets start to stick together and fuse together, and they form the scab. And so that's very, very important, especially for people that are in the hospital, maybe having surgery. Surgeons will oftentimes give them a unit of platelets to help stop the bleeding. Also, cancer patients, too, will receive platelets. The third part of our blood is red blood cells. This is Rudy the red blood cell. Now, red blood cells have two important functions. First of all, they're responsible for the color of our blood, which is red. And it is red whether it's inside our body or outside our body. I know a lot of people say, no, and when I look on the inside of my wrist, you know, it looks blue or it looks purple. It's always red inside our body. The reason why your veins may look blue is because of the way the light reflects and refracts, and because your veins are underneath your skin. Our blood is always red. But what the blood cells do is they scoop the oxygen that we breathe inside our lungs and deliver it to all parts of our body. So it's very important. People that are sick in the hospital with cancer will oftentimes receive red blood cells after chemotherapy. So all of these people that you may have thought of when I was, you know, asking you, do you know people who have, you know, whatever, we want you to think of those people and ask one person to come to our blood drive in honor of that person that you've been thinking about. So please take this letter home. What did I do with it? And thank you. Take this letter home and show it to the adults in your family. If you get one person to come to the blood drive, we're going to give you a little set of earbuds as a thank you. You know, I know it's not a big gift or anything like that. Actually, it's pretty cool because it comes in a case and you can actually wind the earbuds around it and keep it so that they don't get into a tangled mess. So that's pretty cool. Everybody that sends one person to the blood drive will get a set of earbuds on blood drive day. They will be given to the person who comes in and donates for you. So we want to make this a success. We would love to see that you guys have more people come to the blood drive than Jefferson does. So please help us make this a success. Show the letter to your parents, grandparents, whoever you live with, the adults in your home, and then ask them if they would donate blood. Thank you so much for your attention. I appreciate it.